crazy to say Borderlands 4. I don't know why. Just feels weird, okay? Borderlands 4? Didn't we just get Borderlands 3? I was thinking about that. We just started a new playthrough, me and a couple friends. And it's like the third time we started it. But I go back and it's like, dude, this game came out in like 2018 or 2019 or something. That's crazy. How's it been that long? And why have I never finished it? Didn't really love Borderlands 3 that much. Feel like I just had the wrong attitude going into it, maybe. I do think there's something to be said like that wasn't the best Borderlands game. It's up
Founder of Gearbox Entertainment.
That shirt is crazy.
Today, we're giving you our...
Since creating the looter shooter genre nearly 16 years ago, we've continued to refine the formula, delivering better loot, greater freedom, and endless...
It looks a lot like Borderlands 3, which I guess is fine. It looks good.
This is hands down our best Borderlands ever.
I think I just don't love it. You know what I mean?
Bigger and badder.
I don't know why. I can't put my finger on it.
All in service of making you feel like a total badass.
It's the perfect entry point for new players with incredible.
Is it too nice looking? Like that sounds silly, but like
Borderlands fans,
I feel like it lost part of the charm of the early days. Like Borderlands 1 especially was like super cell shaded and goofy. Borderlands 2 is pretty good, but I feel like I just like the first one better aesthetically. Somewhere in between I feel like is a good middle ground, but then obviously we were going high res too, so I don't know where we go, honestly. Maybe I'm just picky and can't be pleased. But those are my first impressions, right?
Borderlands is an unforgiving sci-fi universe where life is cheap and guns are plentiful. You play as a Vault Hunter, a badass mercenary with powerful abilities called action skills.
Yes, sir.
Today I'm playing as Vex, our new siren.
Ooh, that looks pretty sick.
She wields supernatural phase energy to devastating effects.
The wings.
She can use that energy to empower herself, or channel it to conjure deadly minions that fight alongside her.
The hipfire gameplay, I love it.
And because everything's better in co-op, I'm joining as Rafa, a former TDR soldier who wears an experimental exosuit. He can deconstruct an arsenal of weapons, like the razor-sharp arc knives.
That's pretty cool.
These
Look
are
kind of
two
OP.
of our 4 new Vault Hunters that you can play at launch.
Borderlands 4 takes place on Kairos, an all-new planet steeped in conflict.
Okay, new planet.
For thousands of years, the Timekeeper kept the planet hidden, controlling its inhabitants with bolts, cybernetic implants fused to their spines. Anyone who stepped out of line was brutally crushed by his army of synthetic soldiers known as the Order.
That is until 6 years ago when Elpis showed up. This rogue moon
6 years
was
ago.
teleported away from Pandora at the end of Borderlands 3 by the legendary Vault Hunter Lilith.
Spoilers.
When it reappeared across the galaxy, it crashed into the protective veil around Kairos. The results were devastating. A planet-wide cataclysmic event that disrupted the Timekeeper's perfect order.
Now people all across Kairos have started rising up, some even ripping out their bolts, and chunks of their brain along with it.
Here it comes!
That's the situation our Vault Hunters have crash-landed into.
All right, so that's what I missed the first time listening to this, is they've got the bolts, the cybernetic implant that helps them stay in line. They're ripping it out. So they're now like, you know, sentient, you know, like a rebellious, or I don't know, the wordage. Part of their brain means they're going to be a little, you know, delusioned, right? A little silly. So basically those are the bandits that we're fighting, right? Okay. And then this is a brand new planet, some kind of moon that Lilith threw over this way, caused some mayhem over this world. So we're gonna see some aftermath of that. It's been 6 years though. Seems like a lot of time. But okay.
A planet ready to explode.
I guess it's got to have some build up for the anarchy to begin, right? Makes sense.
As you explore,
And that
you'll
character
meet a
looks pretty
cast
cool.
of incredible characters. Fan favorites return, like Zane and Moxie. You'll also meet new friends like Rush.
He's so large.
And as always,
Claptrap
Claptrap's along for the ride.
Last but not
I
least
like this
is
guy.
Echo 4. This helpful drone follows you everywhere, hacking order
This
tech,
seems pretty cool.
scanning the environment, and helping guide you to objectives.
I don't know why I like the idea
But
of a
enough
little
of all
AI
that.
bot
Let's get into the
going
game.
around with you. A little bit of camaraderie.
Thanks to our improved lobby system, it's
now I
easier than
haven't-
ever to join up with your friends on the fly.
Thank God. Okay, trying to play this game in 2024 was crazy. Maybe it was even earlier. I don't know, 2023, 2024. The crossplay on this game, right? Great. That we can do crossplay now is amazing. I love that. But why does half the time it not work on these games? Borderlands 3 tried to get me on PC, Epic Games, right? Because I got it on like super sale. It was like $7. Also, my friend Lucas did. And then Sean's playing on Xbox, right? Just normal Xbox Series X. We cannot connect to each other. We get stuck in these like connecting, joining loops. And then eventually they time out and try different hosts and none of it works. Somehow it got to work this time. So we play for a session, come back the next time, it just doesn't work and we have to scrap it. And like, you already have like several weeks in between these play sessions. So we're like, what? Why do we bother? And eventually, you know, Sean's like, all right, I'll just buy it on Steam, because he forgot, because it'd been like a year or two since we played and thought we had it on Steam because we were playing on PC, right? And then we're doing the same thing, but this time it actually works. We sometimes will get the connecting error, but I think a certain one of us has to be a host and it will like most of the time work. So great. Yay for us. But why was it so difficult? It literally stopped our first playthrough, or our second playthrough a couple of years ago, a year or two ago. I don't know when it was, okay? Leave me alone. I feel like this is them acknowledging like our shit was broken. Here, I hope we can actually, you know, have it work. That'd be great.
And with full crossplay at launch, you can play with your friends on any platform.
Good job. Let's go.
Today, we're venturing into Terminus Range, a frigid, mountainous region.
This is just one of the 4 zones on Kairos that you can seamlessly explore. There's next to no loading time, just endless looting and shooting mayhem.
Just looting and shooting.
For our current mission, we need to break into a secret
This looks
black
nice.
site
I will say this
located
looks
deep
nice.
in the
I
mountains.
like the like ultra high def realism. It's not really realism. High def like textures and looks, but it's still cell shaded. I like it. I still don't know how I feel about it for Borderlands. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try to be optimistic, and I like the new HUD thing. That looks cool. I don't know. This one also looks a little non-Borderlands to me. Also, I see a little healing item in the corner. Are these like shield syringes or these health syringes that we can now use when we're about to die or low health? Is this like class specific? Is it a certain perk for this Vault Hunter? In the HUD, it just looks a little bit like Titanfall 2013 era to me for some reason. I don't know why. I'm not trying to hate. That's just my initial
Keeper's General's
feeling.
Vile Lictor has been conducting grotesque experiments on locals. It's up to us to stop him.
All right, let's get moving.
All right,
Here I'm
let's get
using
moving.
Glide, one of our new movement abilities.
Interesting.
Along with dash, double jump, climbing, and point grapple, these make getting around more fun and add a ton of utility to combat.
That is actually so nice. I feel like Borderlands has missed that for a long time now. We always had the like pretty high gravity anti-grav jumps or whatever. Oh my god, especially in the pre-sequel. I don't want to talk about that. Because honestly, I didn't play it much because I didn't really care for it. You know, scaling some of this terrain, it would have been super nice to have a little bit of wall climb or like more mantling. But Borderlands 3 had some mantling, some good mantling. But yeah, a little bit of wall climb would be really nice for some of these things. And you're like, okay, now I got to go all the way around this big ass mountain to get to up this to where this objective is, because I'm stupid and I just went to like the side of the cliff, didn't realize it was a cliff, and I got to go all the way around. That's just me probably being bad at games and directions and not paying attention. But I'd like to, you know, have more free reign over the terrain in the game. Like when you can Oblivion, I always call it Oblivion, jump up a mountain, or Skyrim up a mountain, and you're like, oh, I'm going to this objective, you know, start here, objective here. In the middle of it is this giant mountain range. I'm just go straight up and over it. Why did I do that when I played Oblivion?
As you
I don't know.
traverse, you'll uncover a vast,
But it worked.
and beautiful world. And to bring Kairos to life, we've introduced dynamic weather and events, so you constantly have new things to discover.
There's also plenty of local wildlife to contend with, like these Cratch, flying beasts who attack in
Cratch.
flocks.
That gun looks nice. All
Here
right, the
we've come across
UI.
a silo, One of
The
several new
UI looks a
activities in
little
Borderlands 4.
dated to me, which sounds like a
naturally
really
discover short gameplay
really stupid piece of feedback, but it does. But the gameplay looks pretty
experiences
good.
like this
so I'm
all across Kairos.
gonna be
There's no
optimistic
need to
about
pick
it
up a mission
again.
first. These are auto-granted and tracked on your HUD.
Silos house
Wait, what did you say?
Pick up and discover short gameplay experiences like
new activities in Borderlands 4.
You'll naturally discover short gameplay experiences like this all across Kairos.
Okay.
There's no need to pick up a mission first. These are auto-granted and tracked on your HUD.
Silos house old, decommissioned order
like
tech
that.
you can hijack for the Crimson Resistance.
With the help of Echo 4, we'll hack
love
into their
Echo
network
4.
and release the communications balloon.
Do you think we can have skins for Echo 4? That'd be so cool. Ooh, that looks nice. What is that? What is even that? Oh, what's up, Rafa?
Now that we're in charge, we can fast travel to the silo. And as a bonus, it's revealed the approximate location of a vault key fragment. We can
Okay.
collect these fragments to unlock a hidden vault, a high-level dungeon with challenging combat and serious loot.
Let's go.
Let's get after it.
Let's get after it. Yes, sir. Who's crawling around over there? All right, maybe I'm just an old head here. Obviously, we're on a different planet, right? So we're going to have different creatures, most likely, for the most part. There might be some returning ones that, you know, just happen to be here. But why am I always a fan of the first Borderlands? Is it me just being a freaking giant nostalgia head? Or what? Am I afraid to venture out into new things? Is that what it is? But why do like all the new creatures just like they don't really do it for me? I wish I was fighting Skags and Rax and I don't know, Bullymongs. Why am I like that? And Vark, what else is in the first Borderlands game? So I don't even know. I don't even know what I want. I'm just like, they're new. I don't know about them. I don't know if I like fighting these guys. Which it was like the old way.
Another nice thing about silos is you
God, I
can
got
zip line
issues,
up
man.
and take off.
That's cool. I like that.
And if that's not fast enough for you, you can always pull out your personal vehicle. the Digi
Let's
Runner.
go.
Just hop on, hit boost, and get rolling.
You can customize the body, paint job, and even how it handles.
All right. Okay, but we're playing
Because
Destiny
this
right
is
now.
Borderlands,
This is weird.
you best believe it has guns.
Do we still have like group vehicles though?
As you
Catch
traverse,
a
you'll encounter a
ride!
host of dynamic events. From order patrols to world bosses, there's always something to shoot and loot.
Angler. Those look pretty cool though. They look Skag adjacent, so I think I'll be happy with those.
All right, we're coming up on an order outpost. Let's see the new movement abilities
Nice.
in action.
Okay. Okay. Cryogenic badass eradication armature. Wow.
Chaining our new traversal abilities together makes combat more dynamic than ever. You can dash in and out of melee attacks, dodge projectiles, or quickly reposition to gain an advantage.
It kind of drives me nuts that there's so much hip fire in these games, or in these gameplay trailers. Like they are not allowed to aim down sights. Oh, that's kind of nice. Radioactive. Okay, okay, okay. New element there. That's neat.
Now I know that there's a vault
Fun
fragment
music.
around here somewhere, but we've got a mission to get back to. Let's pull out Echo 4 to show us where to go.
All right, Echo 4. It's like a Star Wars drone. I love it.
We're meeting up with none other than the Tigra Partali herself, Amara.
Oh, wow.
She's a former
Over
vault
there.
hunter and exotic pet sitter from Borderlands 3. She came to Kairos in search of Lilith and is now helping us take down the Timekeeper.
Amara's back. That's cool. The grapple.
Don't you whine at me, homies. We'll play in a moment, huh? Ugh, you agree to pet sit for a few weeks, and the next thing you know, you're having full conversations with animals.
You don't use security like that unless you've got something to hide. This must be the path to the black side.
Agreed. But if Lilith is on the other side, I don't mind some property destruction.
She looks pretty
your
cool.
specialty. Please, be my guest.
And I love her dog over there. What is he called? I want to pet it. He's kind of scary looking though.
Come, let's throw some light on this black site of his.
Yes, ma'am.
This place is
Looks pretty
crawling
good.
with creeps. Clear them out.
I mean, I'm hopeful.
Co-op
Borderlands
has
3 was-
always been at the heart of Borderlands, and we've put a ton
my
of work
favorite.
into making it better than ever. Our improved lobby was just the start. You can also set your own campaign difficulty independently of the rest of the party.
Ooh, that's
This
nice.
way, everyone can tune the experience to their liking.
And you don't have to worry about loot ninjas stealing your drops, as loot is
Loot
always instanced
ninjas.
for each player. Plus, if you ever get split up, you can easily fast travel to your friends.
And two-player split screen returns so you can enjoy
Split
couch
screen.
co-op. Regardless of how you play, we just want you to be able to hang with your buddies and have a great time.
Can you do split screen on PC? Is that even allowed?
What the hell is that?
Tim? Who is Tim? Can you aim down the sights, please? What are we doing? Has anybody ulted yet? I want to see the ult. Ooh, that was cool.
Everyone else heard the talking creep, right?
Tim feels like the product of Lictor's twisted mind. Another of his experiments. If he's doing this to creeps, I shudder to think what he's doing to Lilith. We need to get inside.
Is Lilith really here?
That air vent. Let's check it out.
Whoa! Okay. Did you just take out Amara? Oh my god. That was
Hermes
crazy.
is really creeped out in here.
Ooh, I like this.
Not
I like
me,
this environment. It
obviously.
looks cool.
Hermes.
Now that we're in the black site, let's take a moment to talk about loot.
Yeah.
In Borderlands 4, each piece of gear comes from one of 8 manufacturers with their own characteristics and trademarks. There's
Oh, we got
Jacobs,
new.
with crit-friendly
this
black
is-
powder weapons,
This
the
is
elemental
nice.
expertise of Maliwan, Vladoff, who solved lower accuracy with more bullets,
Yep.
the toss to reload Tedior,
You're so.
or Torg with explosion.
Okay.
We also have 3 new ones.
Ooh.
Order,
Order.
with powerful charge and release blast,
Okay.
fully
Cool.
auto rippers,
Ripper.
and the reliable, easy-to-use Daedalus, which can use multiple ammo types.
But that's just the
Interesting.
start. We've introduced an all-new licensed parts system. This
No
allows
way.
for behaviors and abilities from multiple manufacturers to spawn in a single weapon.
Oh,
For instance,
that's
this flat-off
huge.
assault rifle features a Torg mag, Hyperion shield, and a Maliwan elemental switch, meaning it shoots fast and explodes things. The higher the rarity, the more parts that can randomly spawn, creating wilder and wilder loot.
Okay.
And that's
All right.
before even
I'm on
getting
board.
into alt-fire modes,
Oh my
underbarrels, and elemental damage.
That's so
The
ridiculous.
possibilities are truly endless.
There are guns running around on the floor.
To support playing with your favorite manufacturer, we've added enhancements. This new type of gear replaces
Oh, God.
artifacts and provides bonuses to specific manufacturers. Take my current enhancement. It adds a kill bonus to all guns with Daedalus parts, along with more reload speed and critical damage. This lets you min-max your build around your favorite manufacturer, immediately turning just okay guns into amazing weapons.
Finally, we've
Alright.
heard your feedback, and we've overhauled our drop rates and loot across the game. We've worked hard to make sure all our gear feels better than ever, while also making rarity matter again. This
Yes.
makes for our most satisfying loot chase ever.
Thank you.
And at the top of everything are legendaries. These have always had unique effects that you won't find on any other piece of gear. But in Borderlands
cool. I
3,
like
they
that.
drop too often. This
Yeah.
not only devalued legendaries, it made everything feel less valuable.
Yes.
In our new
I'm so
system,
glad they.
not only do
so
all
glad
guns
they
feel
addressed
great,
this. I thought this was just like a cursed thing in my first run of this game. There was some event going on, but also there were just so many orange guns dropping. Like my whole inventory orange, and you just don't bother unless you finding the orange drop, right? The second run hasn't been so bad, but still kind of, I found a couple early on where I was like, okay, well, that's lucky, I guess, but maybe it's not that lucky because they're addressing it. Like, it's too much in this game. So this is really cool
but
to hear.
now legendaries will truly be special events.
Because it really did devalue all the weapons in the game, really, and just made all of that trivial.
We've added the magic back to our loot chain,
fun and interesting.
and we know you'll love grinding all that great gear on Kairos.
That's cool. Whatever it is, that
Well,
was
let's
so
get back
beautiful.
to combat, so I can show you my favorite thing: ordnance. This is the new gear slot.
Oh, going back to talk about these, in lieu of artifacts, all these things. It's great, right? It's really great, but I'm just like, dude, I got problems. I spend too much time in my inventory. This is an inside joke going all the way back to freaking Borderlands 2 and yeah, I guess it was Borderlands 2 where I'm like in my inventory for my Let's Play for like 20 minutes in the start of the videos. I'm like, what are we doing? I'm sitting here like, do I keep this weapon? Maybe I keep this weapon. I don't have an SMG and this one's pretty good, but I also like this one because it has a faster fire rate, but this one is good for the fire damage, and I'm like keeping all my little stupid things in check. I'm like, spend too much time in inventory. These items gonna make it worse again. I'm like, okay, so this one can work when I'm fighting, enemies weak to corrosive. This thing's gonna be nice for when I have my Jacob weapons all these things,
For grenades and heavy
overthink
weapons, like rocket launchers.
Potential situations. This is cool. Whatever happens, I missed it.
Instead of taking up a gun slot and ammo, Ordnance now has cooldown timers.
Oh, it's Ordnance.
No more saving the big guns for boss fights. Now you can blow stuff up as often as you want.
All right. Blow stuff up. I hope it doesn't make it too easy, though. Should we play on hard difficulty? Level 25, let's go!
Before we go further, let's talk a little bit about action
the
skills.
UI. No offense. Looks a
Every
little
Vault Hunter has a
Titanfall-ish.
set of 3 unique action skills. These are class-defining abilities with devastating effects. Up until now, I'd been using Incarnate to deliver powerful phase blasts. But let's switch it up to Phase Familiar and pull out Trouble. As you can see,
yes.
each action skill has its own branching skill
It's got a
tree,
kitty cat.
giving you more build freedom
I love
than
it.
ever before. On top of passive skills, you can further customize action skills with augments and capstones. These are socketed enhancements that add new behaviors and functions to your action skill.
Different
I'm bad
builds
at
completely
Pertrees,
change how
dude.
combat plays out, resulting in near endless freedom to experiment. You can swap unlock augments or capstones on the fly, or completely respec your skill trees at hubs around Kairos.
This gives us a chance to talk about traits. Each Vault Hunter has a unique passive ability called a trait. For Vex, her action skills attune to the element of her equipped weapon. So by swapping guns, I can change Trouble's damage from kinetic to shock, fire, or any other elemental type.
Nice.
And also, you can pet the cat.
Yes.
Dead end. Or is it? Let's see where this vent takes us.
Hermes. I wanna pet Hermes. Dude.
Gods. Are those test tubes?
No, test tubes. Alright, that was sick. Snow Flora creep. Creepy. Oh, he's giving you ice damage. Pea shooter. Galvanic thorn shield creep. I do like the EDM music in Borderlands, if that's what you can call that. But in the second game, I like that in the second game. You know what? I do miss the throat singing freaking Borderlands music though. Ooh, this one.
I'm down. But thankfully, our fight for your life mechanic makes a return. Of course, I
Obviously.
could have avoided it in the first place if I had just used my ref kit. This new piece of gear provides health and other buffs, like temporarily boosting my elemental damage, rate of fire, or movement speed.
There are, what did he call it? Rev kit?
I'm almost afraid to ask what's in the tube.
Oh, look at these guys. Are those crystals growing out of them?
By the way, if you're looking to experience the story again or just grind for loot, we've added full mission and boss replay. That's right.
That's cool.
No more save loading to run bosses. Now you can return to the arena and use Moxie's big encore machine to spawn another run.
Oh, that's really nice.
But we'll talk more about endgame later. For now, let's jump ahead and show you something truly badass.
It's a crop axe. Whoa!
In Borderlands 4, our bosses are bigger and better.
It's a crab type.
Putting all your new skills, gear, and abilities to the ultimate.
What the hell? What the hell? That's crazy, actually. And it's wild.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Spoilers.
Yeah.
That's
spoilers.
enough of that for now. But we look forward to showing you much more this June at our first hands-on gameplay event.
All right. When does this release? Will it tell us?
And from everyone at Gearbox, thank you for joining us.
Wow, guys. What's up? Nice. Wait. Are those mechs with like a bandit face? That was funny. Let's go. Borderlands 4 coming September 12th. Okay. Okay. Let's watch this while we're at it. The trailer.
What use is a vault hunter? What use is a killer? Of brutes. A rule-breaking, loot-taking, running, and gunning natural disaster. You are, in a word, mayhem. I take that personally.
All right. Okay. Yes, please. They put him in the trailer. Yes. Blow shit up together in a trailer. That's funny. Yeah, those things are. Man, I hope that they have some multi-person vehicles.
Has been enacted. Violators will be shot on sight.
But you know, having everybody have their own Sparrow or whatever is pretty cool as well. At like all times, you know. Pretty nice. All right, it looks pretty good. I'm hopeful. I'm gonna stay a little bit reserved because Borderlands 3 was I haven't beaten it, but I still feel like I've played enough to have, you know, an opinion. Obviously I have. It's just been a long time, and sometimes I question my ability to be a game critic, you know what I mean? I don't know if you ever feel that way, but publishing my thoughts out there makes me, you know, be like, am I credible enough to say these things? Because I don't play that many games anymore. But yeah, anyways, yeah, I'm hopeful. I think it looks pretty interesting, and yeah, I think I definitely want to finish Borderlands 3. Me and Sean are just talking about that. Finishing our run before this game drops in September, which is crazy. It's only like 4 months away, which is going to feel like 5 minutes, I'm sure, especially we get, you know, we get the Switch 2 in a month. Crazy. And after that, you know, it's basically there. You know, it's just how time works now. It's how time works when you're old. Say old, I just mean like, you know, in your 20-somethings. I've been trying to work on some scripts for some new videos. I've never really written scripts for videos before, unless it's like super long, detailed, and like almost word for word type stuff. So I'm having kind of a hard time being like too wordy versus like bullet points and get my message across with a little bit of freestyle. But you know, I'm working on it, trying to iron out the kinks, and then hopefully we can have some more content up here soon. I don't want to just be a React channel, you know, that ain't it. But figure this would be a nice little way to flex some muscles a little bit. So, and something I'm interested in too. It's also like, what do I want to do that's fun and also that I think is on brand, which I got to work on. What is the brand, right? What is the freaking brand? I don't know. Figuring it out. But anyways, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Yeah, we'll see you later.